This is probably the best time to start investing, and there are quite a few reasons why the time is now. Back then, when I first started investing to stocks, the barrier of entry was kinda high, but right now things have taken a huge turn and making things really easy even for beginners to start investing. Let's take a look at what these changes are and the best places that you can get your stocks and how you can get started. Hi, my name is Jordan and welcome to the channel, and stay to find out where you can get free stocks just by signing up with the following brokers. So when I was 18 and at a legal age to start investing, I didn't because at that time there was not much information available out there in the space as compared to current times. The best memory I have about stocks or even closely related to stock investing was going to my friend's place, seeing his father in his room with all these screens, and it was essentially like code. It was a black background with green, red or yellow pixelated fonts, and the numbers were randomly jumping up and down. And my conversation with my friend was, "What is your dad doing?" And what he replied me was, "I don't know, man, but I think it's trading or something. I have no idea what it is, but let's play some WWE on the PlayStation." So that was the closest thing to investing in stock, and I did not start investing until 2016 when I bought a fraction of a Bitcoin, and after a few travels and seeing some countries, it got me excited about investing altogether because I know that if it's possible, I would want to travel more to see different parts of this huge world. But back then, investing in stocks was a little tough because we had to purchase at least one stock from the US market and a minimum shares of 100 in the Singapore market. And to be honest, during COVID times, money can be pretty tight due to lesser jobs available and the rising cost of goods. But now in 2022, things are very different. We've got third-party brokerages that allows you to purchase fractional shares, which is a good and a bad thing. And also fees are really low right now. Some of these brokerages give free trades every single month, which can be useful if you're looking to dollar cost average every month. So the following brokers are some that I use and some that I haven't used yet, but I think they are pretty much the same with small differences, which might make you choose one over the other. So we'll break down the fees, the features of each brokerage, and who is suitable for which brokerage. And as always, links will be in the description down below where you can sign up with these brokers and get some bonuses. But do note that these bonuses do change from time to time as well, so depending on when you watch this video, the bonuses will change. And therefore, if you want to get the latest promotions, do subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you'll be notified when the next video comes up. So the first exchange that we have is Tiger Brokers. So as a disclaimer, Tiger Brokers is my most used brokers right now because of the low fees when I started investing a year back. But today things have changed and we'll cover that in a later part of the video. So Tiger Brokers is probably one of the most popular ones along with Futu Mumu. And to be honest, these two brokers seems very similar to me, so having either one of them is fine. The fees for Tiger Brokers is very low at $1.99 US per trade, but do take note that there's a 7% GST that is charged because we are Singaporeans. And on the Tiger Brokers app, you're able to purchase majority of the stocks available in the Hong Kong market, the Singapore market, as well as the US market. I'm holding most of my stocks here, which are majority dividend paying stocks. And because Tiger Brokers is a third-party broker, the US stocks are held by Interactive Brokers or IBKR and TradeUp Securities, and ultimately held by DTCC or the Depository Trust Company. So for Singapore stocks, the shares are held by DBS and ultimately held by CDP. Tiger Brokers also offer options trading where you can do options wheel strategy if you're into options. What I really like about Tiger Brokers is that the interface is pretty clean and easy to navigate around. They also provide news updates regularly so you are kept up to speed on the market. But it would be great if they can include Irish domicile stocks and maybe even open up to the London market. And to fund your account with Tiger Brokers, you can do a DDA where they link your DBS account to Tiger Brokers, and funds will be transferred almost immediately once you activate the deposit function on the app. And this happens at any point in time, even if it's 2 AM in the morning when the US markets are open. So next up, we have Interactive Brokers or IBKR. So IBKR was my very first broker that I used previously, and it came with a $10 fee if there was no trades performed in a month. And this didn't make sense to me because if I'm a dividend investor, chances are I won't be buying every single month, and thus there was very little activities in my account, and I was charged a couple of times until I found out about Tiger Brokers, which I ultimately made the switch. So IBKR fees are at $2 per trade for US stocks and $2.50 for Singapore stocks. To be honest, you're better off buying Singapore stocks from the Tiger Brokers app for the mere fact that the fees are a lot cheaper just for the Singapore market. And recently, I started using IBKR again because they have lowered their fees and I'm dipping my toes into the options world. So IBKR is good for a few points. If you're looking to buy Irish domicile ETFs or stocks like CSPX, which is very similar to VOO, but you only pay 15% in taxes instead of 30% taxes when dividends are due to you. So in the long run, if you have a big enough position, this can give you quite a bit more cash flow when the dividends are paid out. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm dipping my toes into options and I tried a few options on Tiger Brokers, but the fees can be quite high at times at $1.99 for opening a position and $1.99 for closing the position. So this ends up with me paying $4 in fees, but on IBKR, the option fee is only $1, so effectively you're saving 50% in fees. So what I really like about IBKR is the low fees, but with the low fees come with a problem of user interface. It is not as slick as Tiger Brokers and sometimes loading on the app can be pretty slow, but given that we have much more options and features where we can trade a couple more markets, learning how to use the app seems to be the only way forward. Depositing money into IBKR requires a few more steps like initiating a deposit instruction and then doing funds transfer via FAST. When I first deposited my funds the last time, it took about 15 minutes for my funds to arrive, so it's still not too bad. And lastly, we have one of the newest brokers that joined the fray, which is ScytheTrade. So in the past, there was Scythe where your money is managed by the Scythe team and they will do rebalancing every month to ensure that your portfolio is up and going. However, with ScytheTrade, they are putting the power back to the consumer. So ScytheTrade right now provides 5 free trades a month and will subsequently become 2 trades a month. And after the free trades are used up, the trading fee will be as low as 99 cents, which is pretty alright as well. ScytheTrade also has a news portion where you can find information about stocks that you're interested in, and they do provide some recommendation based on the stocks that you have favorited, and this is a good starting point to find out more about the competitors that your favorite stocks has, and it also gives you idea on what companies you can invest in. But something that ScytheTrade lacks right now is options trading. So this could be due to how the app was designed for beginners who are looking to start. Because options trading can be pretty intense and if not done well can result in huge losses if there's too much leverage. So let's talk about which exchange is for who. So if we start from a beginner level, ScytheTrade will be the best because of how simple the layout is. The app is also linked to Scythe directly, but at this point in time, I don't think you're able to transfer funds between these two platforms, and there are only 4 different icons which ensure that you will not get lost in the app. If you're an experienced investor or a trader, IBKR and Tiger Brokers will be the best option for you. Both these brokers offer additional trading instruments that you might be looking for. However, between these two, IBKR offers much more things like Irish domicile ETF, which is something I'm looking at. Though the user interface is a bit more clunky, I think it just requires some time to get used to and to find out which button does what. But if you're just someone who wants to trade the US market and options on the go, Tiger Broker app is a pretty good starting point. I've done some options on the go with Tiger Brokers app and it's pretty simple and easy. If you're interested in starting investing in stocks, these are the 3 brokers that I use or currently will start using again, and I'll also leave links in the description down below where you can get started with them and receive some bonuses when you sign up and fund your account. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.